Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Daisy here. Today is really sunny, as you can see, and it's actually quite warm. It's, well, warmer compared to other days. So I just wanted to catch you just before the sun start going down and it start getting a bit cooler. The one thing that I needed to do, and I've been putting off waiting for the good weather, is the potatoes. I cheated these potatoes about 3 weeks ago. So what we did, we put these seed potatoes that are from last year. I put them out in a dry, cool place. That was my greenhouse. And as you can see, those little eyes that were coming out has now developed little sprouts, which will then develop into little shoots. I think it's quite successful. I've got loads of them here. I thought while I'm putting them in the soil, I'll show you how I do it. Let's talk about it, shall we? Last year, I planted the potatoes directly in the soil. It so happened that the spot I chose wasn't too sunny and the soil is quite clay, and also it takes up quite a bit of space. So to free this space for other plants, I will do the planting in containers this time. If you're not growing in a large amount, you could go for containers and actually you can get good results. Yeah, let me show you what containers I've chosen. Here I've chosen this multi-compost bag that was actually lying around and it's empty. You can also sow in an IKEA bag. I've used this in the garden before. I think I will use that as well. As long as you could make some holes and let the water drain so the potatoes don't rot inside, that's absolutely fine. And it has to have some depth to it. It's more about the depth of the container. So I think both my containers meet this requirement. Potatoes usually get sown in early spring. It kind of takes about 100 days to grow. So that's about 3 months. They get sown early spring. You harvest in about 3 months. And when it's time to harvest, you'll know because the potato leaves turn yellow to brownish, so you just know that it's time to harvest. Potatoes is a tuber and it lacks a bit of space, so when the soil is clay, it's not ideal, so it prefers lighter and fluffier soil. So putting in a bag kind of lets you condition the soil for the potatoes. So that's that. I'm going to also add some potato fertilizer. These are natural potato fertilizer. Potatoes like potassium, so this is actually rich in, it's got some potassium and nitrogen. I've used it last year, so it was quite good. It's last year's one. I don't use much of it, but just because it's going to be in a bag, it will just enrich the soil a little bit for the potatoes. Now, the other thing I wanted to discuss are these little eyes, little sprouts you got here. Last year, I planted them outside. So basically what I did to just increase the amount of plants that I get, I sort of cut it and then I let every shoot develop at a separate plants. If you want bigger potatoes, but in fewer amount, you could only just rub off these tiny little shoots here, the one that's coming out of here, just rub it off. So we end up with only 1 or 2 shoots, so that will be just 2 plants. That will give you fewer but bigger potatoes. That's a tip for you. So you could use plastic containers, but you need to make sure first that they are safe for growing food in them. Multi-purpose compost bag should be quite safe because the compost came in it. So this compost bag is ideal because you can just roll it down and make it shallower while you're planting. So you just put about 6 to 10 inches of soil underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to add some of that potato fertilizer in it. Now what we're going to do is plant the potatoes, just put them in here. Right, so So all we do is now cover it with a few more inches of soil, compost. There we go. So now as time goes, the potato shoots will develop and will start growing through the soil. And when they're a few inches tall, we're going to add more soil to the roots and then just unfold these sides and make the container deeper as the plant grows taller. You have to remember, potatoes and tomatoes are of the same family, so they develop their roots along the stem. So what we're going to do is just put compost all around the little potato plants that will come out, and they will develop the roots in the compost. So then what we'll have to do is just unroll these sides and just make the container deeper, which means the potatoes will have more space to develop. I know there's a few holes already down below in this bag, but I'm just going to poke it in a few more places just to ensure a good drainage, because not having good drainage will mean retaining water in the container, which will actually rot the potato seeds instead of helping it to grow. Actually, I'm liking this. And the good things about it is you could move it wherever you find a spot where you're sure you will be getting sunlight at least 6 hours in a day. Okie dokie, all I have to do now is water this little bag here with potato seeds. And then, yeah, I'll move on and do the sowing in my Akia bag now. So guys, I do hope you like this video. I know I usually do a video in a vlog style, just telling you in general what's going on in the garden. I might do one later this week. At the moment, because there's not much going on, it's been raining most of the week last week. So we haven't actually started to transplant anything outside, which probably I will consider because the weather is much better this week. I'll start with brassicas. So that's why I thought I'll do this video about the potatoes, and it is time for it to go in the soil. So I hope you did like this video. You did get some sort of information out of it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more gardening videos. Till I see you next time. Bye bye.